Hello everyone, welcome to CentreStack, and in this video I'm going to give you an overview of the web UI in CentreStack. I am logged in as a cluster admin and we are in the dashboard of the cluster manager. On the left pane you will see the cluster manager, and the first option is the dashboard, and this is the dashboard. You see tenants and you have the option to manage tenants. You see the licenses here. We have 8 and you have the option to purchase more licenses from here. We have the worker nodes, and you see we have 1 worker node. Then you have the option to manage the cluster server farm from here, configure the SMTP email services, and you also have the option to do the cluster branding. We have the active users block over here. We have 0 active users right now, and you have the option to see the cluster info. Total number of files, you see 10, and we have the option to see the cluster reports, and we have 0 files that are in GB. In the left pane, this is the cluster manager. We're going to select the tenants manager, and here you could see the default tenant and add more tenant. The cluster admin, you have the option to edit the cluster admin and the emails. Cluster branding, we have the option to brand the general brand section. We have the branding for web portal. We have the client download, Windows client, Mac client, branding for iOS client, branding for Android client, branding for emails, and branding for export and import. We have the email services. You can configure SMTP email service. The cluster server farm, when you expand the menu, you'll see the cluster worker node. And here you'll see the node, and you have the option to add a new node. We have the cluster web node. If you need to add a new node, you could add it from here. And we have the option for zones, and you could add a node here. Cluster info, you have the active users. Manage the guest user and the guest users. We have the server agent here. You see the option, and you have the node performance, which shows you the different counters. Under reports, you'll see the upload report, and you'll see the storage statistics, which gives you the overall statistics. We have the cluster setting. If you click on that, you will see we have the client version manager. In here, you'll see the Windows client version, and you'll also see the server agent version, and you have the option to publish it as well. We have the application manager, and right now we have the Microsoft Office web app, Zuhu web app, and Plixer web app. In the settings, you'll see we have a lot of choices for setting that you can configure for the cluster. And we have another video that shows all how you can configure and what the settings mean. Under languages, we also have a lot of options you could choose to set as a language of your preference. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to choose French and select set language, and I'm going to select one of the resource files, and you see everything is translated from French to English. Back in the dashboard, I'm going to select my files, which takes you to the web portal. And here in the web portal, we have the add, you have the option to upload file, upload folder, create a version folder, and create a regular folder. Under places, this is my files. Files shared with me takes you files are shared with you, recent places, and the search result. I'm going to right click to show you the context menu for a folder. We have the download option, download using local downloader, rename the folder, delete the folder option, publish as team folder, edit folder permissions, share, copy, and cut. We also have the button menu for the folder as well. We have the share option, publish as team folder option, download, delete, rename, move, and copy. If you check for a folder, you'll see the top menu bar. We have delete, download, copy, and cut. I'm going to select a file to show you the right context menu file. We have open with default viewer and local editor option. Download using local downloader, rename the file, delete the file, share a file, copy the file, and cut the file. We also have the button menu for a file as well. We could share, open the file, download a file, delete the file, rename, the file, move the file, and copy the file. If you check a file, you'll see the top menu bar as well. You have the option to delete a file, download a file, copy and cut. And we also have to download the file and share the file from here as well. We have the right pane will show you the team folders. If you clicked on Manage, you could see the team folders. You have the option to create new team folder, edit, and publish the team folders from here and unpublish them. And you can unpublish it from here as well. And you could select new and you could create a new team folder. You could migrate existing network share as team folder via server agent from here. And you also have convert existing file share as a team folder option from here. You also have the shared objects. I'm going to select manage, and here you could see all the shared objects, and you have the option to edit them and delete the shared objects as well. We also have the option to download the clients, and you could download the clients from here. And we have the settings. You have the migration wizard, and if you need to change the password, and you have the logout button here as well. We have the search option here to search for files, and you could enter a name and search for files. We have for web browser, you could switch between icon view and the detail view option from here. We have the cluster manager icon that takes you to the cluster manager and also the management console. I'm going to take you into the management console. And here at the dashboard for the management consoles, on the right, we have some quick actions such as attach local storage, and you could attach local storage from here. We also have the option to attach cloud storage, and you could attach the cloud storage from here. You can configure Active Directory if it's not already configured, or if you need to make changes. You could create a new user, and you have the options to create user from here. And you also have create team folders, and they're the same options as when I showed you before. And here in the dashboard, you see users, and you have the option to create a new user or manage users. Under team folders, you'll see if you have two team folders, you could create a new team folder and manage team folders. Under share objects, you have the option to see and manage the share objects. And total number of files, you have the local storage, and you also have the web browser that will take you into the web portal. Here you could see the file upload and the storage usage. I'm going to select the dashboard, which was the dashboard, and the collaboration. You have the option to see the team folders. Share objects, you could see the files and folder that were shared, and you have the option to edit and delete them. In the storage manager, you could see the storage you have. You have the option to attach cloud storage or local storage, and you could also edit the storage here. We have the user manager, and here you have, when you expand the menu, you have the user manager, and you could switch between the icon view and the list view, and you could also add new user here. And we have some options for users that are already created. You could delete the user, set quota, storage usage detail. You could edit them. You could see the device list, a token manager, view user storage, and also forceful scan for storage quota usage for users. In the guest user manager, you could see the guest users that were created, or you could create a guest user. Group manager shows you the groups that were created. In role managers, you could create a new role. In group policies, here you can configure group policies under security, for client control, retention policy, home directory, password policy, access policy, client setting manager, export and import. We have the tenant administrator option here. You could change the default admin's email, and you could delegate more administrators from here as well. We have the reports. Under reports, you have upload report, which shows you the file uploads. The storage statistics shows you the overall statistics. The team folder shows you who the team folders are published to with the permissions. audit trace. I'm going to click on search to show you the audit trace. The file change logging. I'm going to search, click on search, and you could see the file change logging. In advanced, you could see the account information, Active Directory settings, and the client device manager. And this is the overview of the web UI in CentreStack. Thank you.